That's avoidable. Like, for real. Like, come on. When you really think, come on, somebody could have paid for them chips. The clerk could have let it go. It's a bag of chips, my boy. It's never that serious.
So they're in here for only about 2 minutes. They're not in here for very long before one of the teens appears to grab.
What up, YouTube? What up, YouTube? You clicked the title, you read the page. Some kid got himself caught up in a murder rap. Apparently, he popped a store clerk over a bag of chips. Now, I just seen the article on the internet, and I wanted to actually, do a reaction video to the news clip just to shine light on this, because stuff like this, it bothers me, because I have a nephew. I have many nephews, and one of them is about to be 16. So stuff like this, it just bothers me, because like, what happened, what went wrong, could it have been avoided? I don't know. Hope you feeling good. Hope you feeling great. Thoughts and prayers to everybody that's in this unfortunate situation. Subscribe for the vibe. Let's get to it.
This morning, a teen is facing a murder charge over a bag of chips. 17-year-old Mario Young and another teenager turned themselves in after a convenience store clerk was shot and killed in Humble. The teens claim it was
17 years old. That's heartbreaking. 17? Like, you got your whole life ahead of you, bro.
bag of chips. 17-year-old Mario Young and another teenager turned themselves in after a convenience store clerk was shot and killed in Humble. The teens claim it was self-defense. The security cameras captured most of what led up to the shooting, but not the actual shooting. Only on two. Reporter Corley Peel sat down.
Wait, hold on. So the security cameras basically was useless. He said it caught most of the altercation, but it didn't really catch the shooting. So the security cameras is useless. Like, what? Did they know where to go, where to not get seen at? Like, what's happening?
With a witness who not only saw what happened, but even called 911. Corley, good morning.
Good morning, Zach.
So walk us through what happened. This was back on January 19th at this store. Talk to us about what happened and what these teens were doing.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, the surveillance video shows a lot about what happened inside the store. So you can see those two teens, they walk inside, and right behind them, that's the clerk. He makes his way behind them, and when they get inside the store, you see them head towards some of the aisles, and they're just walking around for a little bit, and you can see the clerk behind them with a mop bucket. So eventually the teens, they walk inside, they look around for a little bit. One of the teens makes his way to the chip aisle, and eventually you will see this on camera, but you can see that teen walking towards the aisle, and it looks like he grabs one of the bags of chips and then puts it in his pants, and then eventually they leave the store.
Oh my Lord. Why does it have to be something like that? Like, something like a bag of chips, that's avoidable. Nobody should be losing their life over no bag of chips, bro. Like, come on. Like, that's avoidable. Like, for real. Like, come on. When you really think, come on, somebody could have paid for them chips. The clerk could have let it go. It's a bag of chips, my boy. It's never that serious.
So they're in here for only about 2 minutes. They're not in here for very long before one of the teens appears to grab a bag of chips, puts it in his pants, and then walks away. So this surveillance video is a key piece of evidence because it helped identify who the two people in the store are. Eventually, the clerk notices what the teens do. And the surveillance video will show that clerk confronting the teens as they're walking out of the store. They appear to get into some sort of confrontation as he's confronting them. And then one thing leads to another after that. And the rest of the shooting happens off-site. Not far from there, just kind of down the road a little bit, because the clerk gets in his car, follows the teens, and
This clerk got in the car and followed a bunch of 17-year-olds. Well, a couple of 17-year-olds over a stolen bag of chips. Come on now. That, to me, that sound like self-defense, because we left your store. We was not bothering you. We ain't robbed you for no thousands of dollars.
as offsite, not far from there, just kind of down the road a little bit, because the clerk gets in his car, follows the teens, and as the teens are, he tries to approach them as they're walking, and one of the teens opens fire and shoots, and eventually the clerk died from his wounds.
I know the surveillance video we just saw, Corley. You could see the clerk at the top of the screen with what appears to be a mop bucket. Also, in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, we saw another person. Is that the witness you spoke to?
No. The witness I spoke to was outside in the parking lot. He had been working in that area, and he was just taking a break. So he was sitting in his truck, minding his own business, and he happened to see what happened outside the store when he
minding his own business.
He saw the clerk confronting the teens. He says he didn't think anything of it, really. He noticed that maybe the clerk was accusing the teens of stealing something, but he said that interaction really didn't look that serious. And so he just kind of minded his own business, but he did see the clerk eventually get in his car and follow the teens.
And follow the teens to the location where that shooting eventually took place.
Right.
Yeah, I think we have sound from that witness that I want to get to.
Yes, and right before all this unfolds, the clerk, I spoke with him. Again, he said he watched the clerk drive and follow the teens.
And what bothers me the most about the situation was that it was a black teenager and it was a black clerk. Like, you could have let it go. You don't know what them teenagers is going through. They could have been hungry. They stole some chips. You know what I mean? Like, that's a necessity. That's food. He probably was hungry. Like, come on, son. We got to learn when to just walk away. Shit don't ever be that serious, son. Now you done lost your life. Over what? Because you wanted to get in your car and follow these two teenagers over a bag of chips? That shit sound crazy.
Teens didn't think anything of it, but he then eventually heard some gunshots, and this is what he described what happened.
Next thing you know, I heard 2 gunshots, and I looked back, and I could see the shooter firing more shots at the car. I saw him. He ran towards the way under the bridge, and the other one ran towards Will Clayton, and actually ran up and jumped over the barrier. And was waiting for traffic to lighten up so he could run across Will Clayton. By then, I was up to Will Clayton, and I looked back at the car. The victim, he had hit reverse in his car. At first, I thought he was finna go after the other guy who hadn't shot at him. But no, he backed up onto the curb, and when his car wasn't moving, I went ahead and I made a U-turn, and I went back that way towards him. I went over to the driver's side. I had my phone. I put my phone hand up, and I put my other hand up because I don't know what was going on. I didn't know if this guy may have had a gun or something, and that's what started the altercation. I looked in, it was a tinted window. I kind of looked. He was slumped to the side, and I'm sitting there saying, "Hey, buddy, man, hey, dude, are you okay?" I looked to see, try for safety. I looked at his hand. There was nothing in his hand.
Very scary.
Yeah, he remembered every moment of that interaction, and I asked him, I said, "Why did you go over there?" And he said, "The car wasn't moving." He goes, "I knew something was wrong. I didn't think the clerk was okay." And so he immediately wanted to check to see if he could help in any way. So he called 911. He was on the phone with dispatch. And as you heard in that soundbite, he looks around and, checks the area to see maybe if he was armed. A big thing about this.
Yo, this random, but she kind of cute. She a little cute little white lady. How you doing, little baby? Trying to get to know shorty better.
Is that only one of the teens is charged with murder, but both of them did turn themselves into police. You can.
No, that's some serious shit. But I'm laughing and trying to talk to shorty right here. But this situation is serious though. But you gotta shine light to how beautiful this queen is right here. I mean, white ladies could be queens too. They're just not black women that's queens. Some white queens out there,
See, they're walking with Shanell X. We were there last week when they walked into HPD and turned themselves in. Shanell X told us that the teens are claiming self-defense. They also accused the clerk of having a weapon.
I agree. I feel like that was self-defense too. I'm sorry. Like, bro, you followed us, bro. Like, I don't know what you was on. We only took a bag of chips. Right that you followed us and went that hard. You could have went crazy, snap. I don't know.
When I spoke with that witness who checked on the clerk after the shooting, he told me he did not see any guns in the car. He checked, but did not see that he was armed. We have reached out to Humble Police asking if they can confirm if a weapon was found in the clerk's car, but they have not responded to that question because this is still an active and ongoing investigation.
And so we're waiting for confirmation if we will get any at all from investigators on whether there was in fact a weapon in that car.
Yo, this story is crazy, man. Thoughts and prayers. Like I said, we got to learn when to walk away. I'm going to keep y'all updated. I'm going to keep y'all updated on this situation. Y'all drop that comment, thoughts, and prayers. Subscribe for the vibe. I'm out.